Hey, YouTubers, it's your boy Domination. This is back in the back. This is how we do Texas, baby. But I does back. You know, the only place, all the 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 place go get it, all the place go get it, all the place, all the place, all the place go get it, all the place go get it. It's back by the basic. So we're gonna do this is how we do Texas, baby. But I does back. Doing this. Real men rise up. Fake man rise down. Real woman rise up. Fake woman rise down. Right to word preacher, preach on. And today's topic to talk about is, I want to talk about today's topic. What I want to talk about is, and you know, I said this before, and I'm saying, and this is my only say one more time. I'm not going to talk about racism no more, but I want to talk about slavery in America. Poco Seco, whatever your name is, man, I saw your video and you was talking about a racist white lady said use slavery to blame the black guy. She should have never said that, man. You know, that's something you got to be careful. And I'm going to say this to white brothers and sisters. You have to really, really careful when you say around some of our people. Just like some of our people got to be careful what they say around white brothers and sisters. People need to be careful what they say, period. Because people can take that offensive. Even though you got to understand, try to tell them what they get at, because they going to get upset. But I know the truth, why there's so much racism in the world and why there's so much slavery. I'm going to tell you something. We've been brainwashed ever since then to think that some of our people are inferior. I don't think like that, because I know that's not true. It's blacking out for your sins. It had nothing to do with the color of your damn skin. It's deeper the color. It's the person they is, to get them to think they were being enslaved for their dignity for nothing. A lot of people don't know what the term slavery came from. The original term slave came from Slavic people. And people can look this stuff up, but it makes a lot of sense why some of us be in a situation like that in the first place. So that means we still from the tribe of the people of the Japhet. The tribe of Judah. And white people had their tribe. And so is Asians. So that explains a lot. That not just us being enslaved, but whites being enslaved as well. And so it's Asian, Latino, everybody's slaving everybody, and then they slave their own and start slaving other people. And they got other races doing each other's favors of slavery. I don't like slavery. I don't even thought about it. I don't even want to think about it, because I know the truth why Caucasians did what they did. Because some of their people turn around and enslave them, and they get this name after what they did to each other, and give us this, and volunteer to get us to slave each other and slave them. It sounds funny, but I blame the original colonies, meaning the government. It's these people, man, that came up with the term slavery. People need to look at the scientific racism. They need to look into this, because I'm going to tell you something. And another thing, this African slave trade. Now, I'm not saying it did not cause it to happen or not, but the question is, where are the slave boats that brought our people over here? That's what I want to ask. Where the slave boats? Because if that's the goddamn case, then we need to ask why they did what they did. Why? It's because it has something to do that they did to each other, and they turn around and give us this name. Because they were white farm laborers. They were slaves by their own people. And turn around and then give this name and give it to us. And they slave us, and we turn around, we slave our own, we slave them. And then other races did the same to their own and did to them and everybody else. Fuck slavery. I mean, we got to move forward for this. I'm not saying people need to get over this, because I know it's painful. I know it. I understand this anger, this upset. And some of us do hold our anger issues towards that. But I'm going to say this to the black community. We need to be careful when we do that. Because I'm going to tell you something else. No matter how much we hate Caucasian, we think just like them. We have their bloodline in their veins. There are black people interact with Caucasian every day and every basis. Same thing, there are whites interact with black people every day, every other basis. People are ignorant, period. This whole slavery and servant, all serving means you get people to serve you, for you can't get everything to serve for yourself. You couldn't buy the money that you couldn't afford, but they can afford it and get things for you, but you can't get the things for yourself. And you trying to figure things, to trying to figure things out and certain things out. What's your next plan? Or what your next plans are to be. That's what a master means. Everything's got to be working certain craft, how you want your measure, your vision, how you want to take something to build a better economy, build a better society, and build it better of a global phenomenon. You can say that much. But there's a real reason why I think that we were slaves in the first place. There are real reason. And even our own damn people lie to us and tell us, well, the reason why we're slaves because we're inferior. And it's stupid. That's the dumbest stuff I ever heard. I try to be respectful for everybody, but I'll be damned, it's gonna respect somebody who is ignorant. I don't got time for that. You don't like me? That's fine. I feel sorry for those who raised like that. I don't give a fuck about color. I look at the person they is. And I don't care if they get mad because some of the stuff I say. Some people don't like hearing the truth, because they want to hold that lie all their lives. Some people just do not like hearing the damn truth. They don't. Even Caucasians, some of their people lie to them and tell them, well, we their enemy. How are we their enemy? They couldn't even answer that. So how are we going to look at them as enemy? We could not answer that. What I'm saying is, if we're being lied to, so is them. We're both being lied. Because I want to get to the bottom of this. This whole thing about slavery is all bullshit. This whole story about people say, well, the reason why they were slaves, how to build America the way America been built today. Even Native Americans were slaves. And they turn around and enslaved Caucasians, enslaved blacks. And whites and blacks slaving them, and everybody starts slaving each other. Every race and group slaved other races to slave their race. It's the dumbest theory I ever heard in my life, because they can't judge on what kind of person they are instead of the color, what they look like. Who gives a damn? People from all race, from all colors. Every humanity starts beginning from Africa for somewhere for 600 thousands of years ago, and it started from the Holy and that's what the start of this whole mess in the goddamn first place. And this original name, slavery, that really came from. And Slavic is a people, it's a language. No wonder why some of us think like this. So that means we steal from the tribe of Chapet. Some of us would interact with Caucasian brothers and sisters. And you got Caucasians who part of the tribe of Ham. And you got Asians who Asian part of Chapet or Ham, and you got whites and blacks are part of the tribe of Shem. Every other race are part of each other, but the original tribe is Chapet, Ham, and Shem. Chapet is Caucasians. Ham is blacks. Shapam is Asians. So it don't make any damn sense, because I did my research and try to look into this, because we hold on the lie. People need to start telling the goddamn truth and how this world really is. But some people ain't gonna do it. It's best to let people see it for themselves. I ain't gonna let nobody slave me, from the government, from my own, or any other race, even Caucasian. I know they ain't gonna let nobody slave them, and even we ain't gonna let nobody slave us. People should not slave anybody, because the real slavery is coming from the slave of the mind. You can't think for yourself, but you get somebody to do your thinking for you. This whole majority and minority. You got majority means they got everything to work for they got. They got some plans, they got some go somewhere for themselves. That's for the rich people. And minority means you're a loser. You're a loser. I hate that term minority, because I know what it means. You're a minor. You think like a child. You need everybody to do your decision for you. And majority people, they're going to look out for the rich people. They ain't going to look out for the poor and the middle class. And it's sad to say that because they're afraid that the middle class and poor are going to get the same thing they want, but they're trying to help them to be more like them. As long as they don't take they hold their position of power and hold their own position in their own power. And you got the poor people who live more better than rich people. I don't know how true that is. They think the poor people brought themselves to being poor. Nobody deserves to be poor. And I'm not blaming rich people. Some rich people work hard, but some have got work from the wrong way. And so is rich people. So is poor people. And then you got the middle class who in the middle trying to get you to choose both sides, but you stick with your own path, your own way where you want to go. We need to start accepting people for who they are and who they is, not what they are and not what they is. I can't stand racists. Anybody. It could be from a black person. It could be towards a white Caucasian, whatever. Or Asian or anybody else. Why going to be racist? I'm not going to hate them for their fucking skin color. I hate them for the person they are. It's about what's in here and what's inside of your heart. Some people just don't believe in love. Some people just giving up hope. But I never gave up because I know things will get better. And you got to make yourself getting better. And everybody else going to do the same. Because at the end of the day, people don't do what they want. They don't give a damn. That's just the way it is. It's always been like that for thousands of years ago since humanity, from the beginning of the tension between good and evil. It's always been like that for thousands of years ago. Because somebody's lying. If it ain't Caucasians lying, if it ain't blacks are lying, or Asians or Latinos, somebody's lying. They're not telling the damn truth. Whoever people is, they're not telling the truth. You got people being enslaved off the government, of the benefits. They can't live their own benefit. You got women being sex slave for sell her own free will for her body. You got children being enslaved and get children to die of hunger, die of starvation, and they die like that. You got men being enslaved because they got stranded for work and looking for stranded with no work. Real slavery is slavery of the mind, not from the fucking color of that goddamn fucking skin. And I feel sorry for any other race of people that actually believe that, and you try to hold that lie. But that woman should have never bring up slavery. She should have never bring up. Even if blacks hold it on deer and stuff like that. I don't care. Whatever Caucasian did, that was then, this is now. Some of them still don't like us. And some of our people think we don't like them. No, you only hate the people who bring preaching hate. And start preaching to bring love and spread love. Whites and blacks have to respect each other and respect their own. And that goes to men and women have to respect each other, and young children and older people. They have to respect each other. Gays and straight have to respect each other. Religion people have to respect each other. Other people's religion. You don't supposed to hate anybody based on their religion, based on their race, based on their sexuality, based on the person that they are become and what they become. You hate them for how they endure of this mindset. It's funny to me. It's funny. What started all this term Caucasian came from. And a lot of people don't know the term Caucasian is come from this Quantum Boff or whatever his name. He think the humanity starts from in Europe or stuff like that, which he was wrong. What humanity starts from Africa. It did not start from Europe till later after Asia, after India and Australia. See, this is why they broke everybody in groups to all the way to South America to North America. That's indigenous. You got Asian indigenous, white indigenous, and black indigenous. They all Americans. We are Americans, man. And I believe we can strive and maintain to do anything. But man, I like your video, man, because people need more educated understand this why slavery was started. And you got, I don't know why they slave Caucasian. Maybe because they slave what to redefine of their being, of what it means to be a Caucasian, what not to be Caucasian. Ain't no telling. But there are white people who were slaves, but not just on their own, but blacks and every other race. And blacks being enslaved not only by whites, but our own and every other race. Every other race been enslaved and been slavery. But it takes a real slavery is comes from slavery of mind. You know, I know the story. I hear the story too many damn times. But there is no way in God green earth that we brought enslaved ships. There's no way. Because if we were slaves, that means they were too. But if we got here, how Caucasians got out here? How these other races got out here? No one knows. Only thing we know is every humanity starts beginning of Africa to all the way to India, to Australia, to Asia, to Europe, all the way from South America to North America. It happened 600 years ago. Now, I don't know how true that is. It started from the Homo sapiens and Neanderthals. I think that blacks are Homo sapiens and whites were the Neanderthals. And they lost different part of a certain part of their skins. Whites lost part of their skin because they stranded of the cold in the Cape and they lost their melanin. So that explains why they tinted their skins. And blacks, they stranded on the damn sun so long, especially our people, some of our people start peeling and they start peeling white. No wonder why black people bleach their skin. Whites and blacks are guilty of this mindset, the way they were raised. And people are so obsessed with color than anybody. I know there's some people got some box of crayons in their house. We all come from colors. But what gets me, we say we're colored. They're colored too. If we're colored, guess what? They're colored also. But people don't think like that. I know I do. Ain't nobody superior towards a white person or towards a black person. Ain't nobody inferior towards a black person or a white person. We need to stop with this damn mindset, because the sad part, we need to have a lot of communication and a lot of understanding, because we got a lot of work to do, people. Because bring your issues and resolve it, and let's do it together. Bring your anger. And we need to take a lot of healing through, and everybody use things, because one love gonna get us through. The only one race that matters is the whole entire human race. Don't let nobody tell you no different, and further than that and further than this. For all these ignorant people, they're gonna believe what they want anyway. But I know the real truth of what's in my heart. Nothing else, anything, nothing else to it. So Paul, I saw your video, man, and you're right about one thing. People just got to understand the history and cause behind it and how things get in and get through. Because we all one people. We melanin void and melanin people. But sometimes that some race got to be part ways from each other. Not separated, but part ways. But they can, if they're ready to come together or not. Because this hatred is got to stop. I can't stand hatred. I don't like being around it, because I know why they think like this. Because we raised by one way and people raised by another. But there's a other way, and we got to find love what's in our hearts. Nothing else to give and nothing else wanted to give but love. Hatred could never give anything but hate. But love only give anything with love. And that's all I got to say about that. We all one people. Let's come together. And let's solve this resation once and for all. All right? All right. It's your boy Domination. This is Back of the Base. Chuck of the Deuces. How we do text. It's your boy Domination. Chuck of the Deuces. How we do text, baby. Until next time. All right? All right. Peace, and I'm out.